Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me for the Prayerful Pause with the Pastor on this day. It's being recorded on Friday, February 26th. When I was younger, many moons ago, and starting to teach in 1975, so it was many moons ago, we used to have remedial classes. Do you remember that term, remedial classes? People who weren't quite up to grade level or up to reading level or whatever it is that they should be, took remedial reading or remedial math, something to remedy the situation, hence the title. That became rather off-putting. Later on, we realized that there were prerequisites for certain courses, especially when you went to college. You had to be able to do a certain level of whatever the subject was before you could advance to the upper levels. We all had to take 100 level courses before we could move on. And sometimes even today there are preliminary tests. When you start something, the teacher will want to assess what you already know, and if they're good, they won't waste time teaching what you already know. They will start where you are and carry you forward from there. Sometimes now I think places, whether it's online learning or in-person learning, whether it's a situation like an educational institution, a school, or it's on-the-job training, they have test-in processes where you show what you know already, and then they're able to place you. Placement exams are the same kind of thing. They'll place you where you are most suited to be. I have to tell you that on this last day that we're broadcasting during Black History Month, I am woefully ignorant of Black history. I probably know a little more than maybe some other Euro-American people, Caucasian people with beautiful beige skin, as I refer to us. I might know a little more, but I'm woefully ignorant. And that's not okay, any more than it's okay for me to be woefully ignorant of Asian American history or women's history, because we are all one in this nation, and we're all woefully ignorant of our First Nations, aren't we? The Native Americans. And shame on us. I mean, really. I'm not here to affix blame, however. I'm here to wish that things were different. I feel cheated by not knowing a lot of these facts, because they are part of my collective history, even if they aren't part of a Euro-American history, although often they are, and Euro-Americans were on the wrong side of history. We know that history is written by the victors. So I'm here today to just kind of address that situation, and hopefully if you are reluctant to embrace something like Black history or Black Lives Matter, that you will hear me through to the end today. And I'm not going to talk necessarily about my children, my friends, my extended family, who are all men and women of color. I'm here just to talk about me. One of the reasons that I feel so strongly about the things that I do is because I read this once, and it really resonated with me. And it is a meme. You may have seen it on Facebook or other places, but just bear with me. It's very short. I say Black Lives Matter because all didn't cover black when they said all men are created equal. I say Black Lives Matter because all didn't cover black when they said with liberty and justice for all. I say Black Lives Matter because they're still struggling with the definition of all. I have been approached in public. I think it was at a gas station, and I was wearing a Black Lives Matter mask. And a woman came up to me and said, "Why don't you just say all lives matter, don't all lives matter?" And I have to say, I had not yet seen this meme when that happened, but I looked at her and I said, of course I believe all lives matter. So my question is, why do you have a problem saying that individually Black lives matter? And if they all matter, then Black lives do matter. So let's name it and claim it. I can't begin to address the atrocities that have been done by Euro-Americans, or any people, not just Americans, but people of European descent. I can only claim my place, my role in history, and so can you, in this time and in this place. I'm woefully ignorant. I'd have to look up to find out what the Middle Passage was about. I'd have to look up to see who different individuals were. I'd have to do research, and I should not have to do that, and neither should you. It is a part of our corporate and collective history. Those of us who are Christian worship a man of color. Jesus was Palestinian Jew, a man of color who did not speak English. Everything that we know about him was translated, and we have learned that piece of history, even though it's not particularly ours in this country. And yet we are reticent to study and learn the history of people who we share this nation with, or share the world with? I think not. And when I look at the history of the church, the Christian church, I'm embarrassed there too, and I'm sickened by many of the things that we did in the name of God, and things that are still being done in the name of Jesus. I have to know about them so I can know how to undo them, so I can be certain not to perpetuate them in my own life. And so do you. So on this last day that we are together of Black History Month, let's not be afraid to say that Black lives matter, or to learn about Black history, to learn about the great African dynasties. Oh my gosh, the empires that were in Africa pre-Jesus, and even during the great period of colonization, European colonization. I urge you to check out the archives at PBS or your local library. There are some wonderful documentaries there, and probably even on YouTube. Check out, learn about those. Because the fact is, all doesn't cover everybody, even still today. And yet, all of us are created equal. And all of us, even those we disagree with, should have liberty and justice. And we need to figure out that all means all, including our brothers and sisters of color. Thank you for joining me for this time. I hope it has prodded you and made you a little uncomfortable, or reaffirmed the work that you are already doing to embrace this part of our collective history. Have a good weekend, everybody. I'm Pastor Deb Swift of South Presbyterian Church in Rochester, New York. I look forward to our next prayerful pause. And until then, God bless, take care, be safe, and bye for now.